So in a recent episode of Make It Real, we built the world's first plasma-based lightsaber. And that video pushed our channel over 10 million subscribers. So YouTube sent us the diamond play button. So naturally, we're gonna see what happens when we try and cut it in half. Will it shatter into 10 million pieces? Will it melt? Let's find out. 10 million subscribers. Wow, we got the diamond play button. In fact, we're actually making a bunch of mini diamond play buttons so you guys can own a piece of the channel history too, but more on that later. Now, I'll be honest, I've always wanted to make it big on YouTube, but for a long time it really was just a pipe dream. But I still worked hard, I formed a great team of people around me, and the channel grew, and grew, and grew. It's pretty incredible what we've all accomplished here together. I'm talking about you guys too, because we couldn't have done it without you guys, our subscribers. So I want to do a little heart to heart and tell you guys a bit about the journey and where Hacksmith Industries is headed in the future. Now, I know some of you might be longtime fans, but some of you might also just want to see me cut my prestigious play button in half with a lightsaber, which is completely fine. So skip ahead to this timestamp to watch that. All right, are they gone? Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, and I'll tell you about how I became the smith of a place called YouTube Air. It's probably gonna be cringy either way we do it. Okay, seriously though. Normally for these milestones, we do a compilation video showing off the best of our projects. If you haven't seen them, I'd recommend you check them out. I also went through all of my old videos and I picked out some of the most important ones that actually tell the story of the history of this channel. I've put them all into a playlist linked below. I've also pinned comments below every video with a commentary about why that video is important to Hacksmith Industries history. But for this milestone, I want to talk a little less about content and more about what it's like to be a YouTuber, about the business I've built, and where I'm planning on taking Hacksmith Industries in the next 5 to 10 years. It's a bit of a doozy. So, what is it like being a YouTuber? Well, it's different for every creator, so I'm only going to comment on what it's like being the Hacksmith. To be honest, it isn't all sunshine and robots. Sure, it has its perks. I get plenty of extraordinary experiences. I get to build epic functional prototypes and share it with the world. I get a bunch of free stuff. I get to be set on fire regularly. I'm recognized by people all over the world, and I'm always doing something different every day. There's no chance to be bored. I'm tremendously fortunate and really appreciate what I have. It's pretty crazy that I went from CGI lightsabers back in 2006 to making a real one with my team 14 years later. But honestly, it has really been a challenging journey for me personally. As you know, I'm very active with our community. I'm very active on social. I try and read almost all comments. By the way, there's over 500,000 of them on YouTube. And yeah, like 99% are positive, but that 1% of negative feedback, that's still the equivalent of a few full-length novels about people complaining about me, what I'm doing, and no one prepares you for that. I'm not trying to make this into a sob story or anything, but honestly, it is really hard. Everyone has an opinion, and being in the spotlight makes you the center of attention for feedback. And it really sucks. I spent the last 5 years of my life working 80+ hours a week, creating projects and content for the world to enjoy for free. But lots of people still feel the need to complain. Oh, that project wasn't good enough. Why didn't you do it this way? You should have done this or this. And yeah, that's really hard. We do our best. We try and make the best and the most content we can. A video a week. It's not easy to do. There's a set of unrealistic expectations for creators from their audiences. We spent 8 months designing and building that lightsaber and distilled it down into an 18-minute video. But we need to do that every single week. Again and again, the week after that, the week after that. And I've been doing that for 5 years straight. Grant Thompson was a good friend of mine and the closest thing I had to a mentor for all this kind of stuff. Dealing with demanding fans, building a business, trying to have your own life besides YouTube. He used to tell me to take a break, a sabbatical, go on vacation, come hang out in Utah. I visited him once, and I wish I had visited him more. He had broke free from the chains of YouTube and started living for himself. For the first time in a long time, he was happy. I still have the last text he ever sent me. He was always so supportive, caring, and understanding, and I wish he was still here. This made me realize how short life really is. The way the YouTube platform is set up, we have to keep pushing out content, original content, to stay relevant, to keep our audience, to make money, to stay in business. I've enjoyed the odd article here and there calling me the real-life Tony Stark, but the problem is Tony Stark isn't even real. He isn't realistic, he isn't even feasible. Even Tony couldn't live up to Tony. Great inventors work with assistants and teams and businesses. I want to make a difference in this world, and I can't do it alone. So I tried to get people to help. The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people to see if we could become something more. But I've seen lots of comments as of late complaining about how I don't do anything anymore. People complaining about how I built a team, a business, and I'm not building every single project anymore. The thing is, though, I can't work on all these projects myself, and I shouldn't. People working together is what pushes society forwards, and it's the whole reason we've gotten to where we are. It's because I treated the YouTube channel like a business, and I grew a team, which grew our resources, our abilities to make bigger and better projects. None of this would have been possible without my team. I'll always be the Hacksmith, but the channel has grown beyond me, which is why, effective immediately, the channel is now called Hacksmith Industries. I really do love the work we're doing, pushing the envelope of engineering, turning fiction into reality. And so does the rest of the Hacksmith team. Where else can you go to work to build lightsabers or Iron Man gear? I've created these incredible job opportunities and built a team that shares my vision and helps me achieve my goals. Could I have run this channel by myself without a team? Sure. Would I be at 10 million subscribers today? Not a chance. Would I be working on as complicated projects? Probably not. Would I be posting weekly videos? Hell no. Do you know why I started this business? I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to change the world. I wanted to send a ripple through the universe. The problem is, in this day and age, you need to be a big business to make that difference. I knew I had to scale what we were doing if we really wanted to have an impact. And I've had a rough plan of how to do that since 2013. So without further ado, I want to talk about my master plan. And yeah, I stole the whole master plan title from Elon Musk. He always has a thing for dramatics. I do too. So I wrote part 1 of my master plan about 5 years ago, and it's almost complete. It really wasn't all that complicated, and basically consists of the following steps. Step 1, build a profitable and internationally recognized YouTube channel and brand. Check. Use that money to develop and grow our manufacturing and engineering capabilities to build better projects while inspiring makers around the world. Check. Use that exposure to establish industry partnerships to further expand our capabilities and resources. Check. Develop Site 2, Hacksmith Industries Research Campus, a multi-acre property with room for expansion for over a dozen buildings. You see, I always saw YouTube as a stepping stone, not an end goal. Sure, I could make a ton of money off YouTube, go live on a remote island somewhere, and retire. But that's not my style. I figured building a YouTube channel would be a direct path to building an international brand in business, which would enable me to have the real impact on the world. But don't worry, I don't ever plan on stopping video uploads. Ironically, but in a good way, I think the channel alone has already had a huge impact in the world, inspiring tens of thousands of people to study and pursue careers in STEM fields. But that's not enough for me. I want to do more, which is where Master Plan Part 2 comes in, defining the next 5 to 10 years of Hacksmith Industries. No pressure, right? First, we need to build Hacksmith Industries Research Campus, which we're actively working on. The current headquarters here is great, but it's just a lease, and we're going to need more room to accomplish Phase 2. So Ian and I have actually already started looking at commercial properties in the area. The challenge is finding a big enough property for my grand plans, and one we can afford. So Master Plan Part 2. I'm not retiring, I'm never retiring. I need to continue to create. So part of the master plan is just that, which has been the theme of this entire journey. Grow the business bigger, gather more resources, take on bigger challenges, and improve the world. The never-ending cycle of innovation. Looking forwards, we need to clearly define what we want to achieve, then work backwards to determine how to get there. So what do I want to achieve? First, we want to continue to innovate and inspire. One of our leading values in making inventions that aren't exactly commercially viable, put simply, sometimes we do things for shits and giggles.